Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sacred G. Today, I'm going to be talking about something a little ironic, considering the fact I do movie reviews myself, but I don't view myself as a fucking critic by any means at all. And so today I'm going to be talking about why I, and probably you, shouldn't trust critics either. I don't care what type of critics they are. I don't give a fuck if they consider themselves to be this intellectual that went to school for it. Don't get me wrong. It's nice that you went to school to seek more knowledge, but at the same time, it does not mean you're an omega genius. Okay, it doesn't mean fucking anything. I've heard that trying to be argued, but I don't think even if you go to school, you're considered a critic. I don't. So first of all, I want to kind of get into why I do not like critics. First, mainly, they're all biased. A lot of, even if, again, as I stated earlier, even if you went to school for it, it's still an opinion at the end of the day. You know, you shouldn't even be judging your own, if you want to, you shouldn't be looking at movies the way a critic looks at a film. Like, let's say if a critic doesn't like a movie, and you don't go see that movie because that critic doesn't like a movie. You know, they don't like that movie, or if they do like that movie or television show, you go ahead and go watch it. You should not ever, in my opinion, live your life like that. You should never ever live your life by listening to somebody else tell you should or should not watch or play anything. There's no reason to it. Because at the end of the day, man, people have such weird tastes that no matter, even if the movie's objectively, quotes here, is objectively bad, there are people that will enjoy it no matter what the fuck the critics say. No matter what the critics say. There's a lot of lower rated movies that I actually enjoyed a little more than the critics did. And at that moment, which was late high school, I was like, fuck them, critic. I'm not going to live my life looking at some stupid fucking website that's based off of a fucking vegetable. Well, it's a fruit because tomatoes has seeds. I'm not gonna, look at Rotten Tomatoes and think, oh, well, I shouldn't go see this film because, they don't have a high percentage. That's stupid. And not only that, you should, even these YouTube critics, man, it's still their fucking opinion. Again, I don't give two fucks if you went to school. Yeah, it's cool for you, you got more knowledge. Congratulations on that. However, it doesn't mean you're a fucking genius. It doesn't mean you know what objectively captures people's interest or interests when it comes to fucking movies. And if you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong, it's a cope. It's opinions at the end of the day. This person doesn't know what this shot means. It doesn't matter. Because guess what? Even if it's a fancy word for saying it's a shot, for a scene, it doesn't matter. Someone's not gonna like it. I'm not joking. It's all, because it just boils down to the critics liking the movie or not. And if Rotten Tomatoes, let's say, and Rotten Tomatoes functions in one of the fucking weirdest ways. It apparently grabs all of, I don't even know how Rotten Tomatoes works. They just pull reviews off of fucking websites or blogs, and they put them on their website. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what they do, and it's not even fucking consistent. A lot of the times, I remember seeing a Nightmare, not on Elm Street, but A Nightmare Before Christmas was at a 68 a few years ago, actually. When I was still in high school when I saw this, I was even surprised. I was like, oh, fuck, Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 68%. And I've already seen the movie. I liked it. Didn't give a fuck what Rotten Tomatoes thought. And then, I looked again a few months, or I think about a couple years later, it's now at a 70%. It's not consistent. And it's so funny. I know this is kind of going to Rotten Tomatoes, but at the same time, that's a movie reviewing website. And apparently it's that important. They're slapping that shit on fucking movie cases. And I don't really care if Rotten Tomatoes certified a movie fresh, and especially if it's a horror movie, or a comedy, or guess what, an action film. Because everyone has different tastes in what they find funny, and what they fucking think is scary, and what they think is, entertaining. Some people hate action films. Some people hate horror movies, and not only that, for an example, movie 43... one of that is currently sitting at a fucking 4%. And it's because the movie apparently was that fucking disgusting. Even though South Park is bad, and it's sitting at an 83%, I just don't fucking get Rotten Tomatoes. I just don't get people, period. Or critics, period, you know. I guarantee you some of those critics that thought movie 43 was bad probably okayed South Park. And if that's the case, then guess what? That's bullshit. You know, fuck the movie critics, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. You know, it's, again, it just boils down to it being their opinion. Even me. You know, even me. I am outing myself right now. Okay, and I don't really care. It's my tablet going off. But I don't really give a fuck because at the end of the day, I'm just on here to talk about films and tell you what I thought of them and to see if I can reach an audience that agrees with me. You know, that shames, that seems to have the same sort of opinion, or so I can meet like minds, you know? And dude, critics are just fucking pathetic. Like, I cannot tolerate YouTube critics, and I definitely cannot tolerate critics who think they're that important that they need to get paid to review a fucking movie. That is one of the most retarded things I have ever fucking have heard of in my life. There, believe it or not, there are YouTubers out there that actually sit there and think they're that fucking important that they deserve to get compensated for giving an opinion on a fucking movie. You guys aren't that special. Neither is Chris Stuckman. I don't give a fuck if he even says, oh, you know, I love film. He does. I'm not gonna lie. I don't he's making a movie, so I'd assume he has a passion for it. I'm not gonna take that away from him. However, I just do not think that his reviews are objective. And I don't think any review on YouTube and or Rotten Tomatoes are objective. None of them. It just boils down to this. It's your opinion. Even if you deeply psychoanalyze the fucking story, because guess what? When you do that, you're gonna find fucking flaws. You're gonna find issues with the story, because the movie cannot explain everything all at once. It depends on how much they show and how much they tell, pretty much, I guess. I don't even know what makes a movie objectively good. I doubt any of these people do. I even doubt the founder of Rotten Tomatoes knows what makes a movie objectively good. You know, and most YouTube critics too, like, believe or agree with the common consensus. Sorry to out Moist Critical. I love the guy. I think the guy's genuinely funny. I just don't like his fucking Moist meters because it just agrees. He's not the only one, but like that, you don't form an opinion. It's not authentic. You're just agreeing with what everyone else is saying. I don't care for that. That's just fucking stupid, and that's not actually a genuine opinion. That's more of you agreeing with everyone else, which doesn't mean you're a bad person or a bad critic or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's going to be hard to be taken seriously, you know? Like, it's just a cope at the end of the day. You know, well, I'm a special critic. I'm a special critic. No, you're not. You're just a special little snowflake who gives opinions on fucking movies or television shows. Like, analysts on fucking YouTube are just fucking bad to me. I don't care. Man, like, yeah, the deeper you dive into something, there's going to be plot holes, there's going to be issues, you're just going to notice more when you do that. And even if I did that to a show or a movie that I genuinely really like, and if I do a deep dive analysis, I'm not going to find things that are probably not going to not sit well, but that are going to not make sense, and it's going to be not problematic, but there's going to be issues. That's just how fucking media is when it comes to, like, film and gaming and all that shit. You know, it's at the end of the day, when it comes to movies and TV shows at least, it's how you felt about it. It should not ever, and if you do watch critics, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying you should actually watch them after you've seen the movie. Because honestly, I've seen a lot of people say they actually listen to the critics and they don't watch a movie based off what a fucking critic says, and that is one of the most insane things I've ever heard. Like, if any of you have seen my reviews, don't let that persuade you from watching that movie. Like, if you want to see a movie, go see the movie. That's what I highly recommend. You know, don't go off of what I say. Don't go off of what other people fucking say, because it doesn't help. You know, you can end up even watching that video or that review and then coming back and having a different opinion. That is possible. But sometimes, you know, critics try to derail you from seeing a film because they didn't fucking like it, and it's too bad. Because at the end of the day, I could give a fuck less what you think. I could give a fuck less what all these other critics think. If I liked a movie they didn't and that the whole internet's shitting on, suck on these. Right? The finger between my pointer and the ringer finger. Suck on that. Fuck you. You ain't in charge of my opinion. You shouldn't let these people online or wherever influence you on how you should watch or go see a movie. That's my take. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace the fuck out. Hope I didn't offend anybody, but you know what? That's just what I think. See you guys in the next video. Peace the fuck out.